So we finally have something for the American people. And this is very important because lawmakers have been fighting for quite some time to provide some type of benefit for the American people. And this looks like it is finally it. So as of right now, we do have a deal, but I want to address who this is going to benefit, why lawmakers are considering passing this at this time, and what this means moving forward. So if you're ready for all of this, all you got to do is watch this entire video and do one last thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now let's begin. So before we jump into the update for today, I first just want to lay out one thing. Lawmakers have been fighting to pass different bills. They previously, or just recently, they passed a bill that is going to extend the government funding until March 1st. That is good news. They also are working to pass a border security bill. That is good news. They are also attempting to pass additional funding for Ukraine and Israel and Gaza. But at the same time, all these different bills are hitting hurdles. There's one bill, though, that is almost free from many hurdles. And that bill is for a child tax credit and business deductions. Let's look at this. This is from yesterday. It says a House panel advances tax deal with a resounding bipartisan vote. That's exactly what happened. The majority of people in this panel voted for this. Okay, let's look at it. It says a deal to reduce taxes for businesses and increase the child tax credit made it out of the House Ways and Means Committee. The tax deal advanced with 40 votes in favor and only 3 opposed. That's good. Okay, that was very good. But the concern is that these deals, nobody's getting what they want. Democrats are not getting what they want. Republicans are not getting exactly what they want. Both parties had to cut this deal back in order to make it acceptable by the other party. So here's what experts are worried with. Experts believe that there's only bipartisan support here because they can't get it anywhere else. They can't get bipartisan support on the border security deal. They can't get bipartisan support on the Ukraine and Israel funding. They can't get bipartisan support on a fiscal year 2024 budget. They just can't do it. So, here's a concern. We are in an election year, which means lawmakers have to act. They have to make it look like they are working, make it look like they are attempting to pass bills. This could be one of those times, but experts believe this bill will pass, and that lawmakers are going to use this illusion that they passed this massive bill for business tax cuts and child tax credit enhancements, that they're going to use this, pretty much throw this in the public's face and say, look what we did. Look what we did over the past year. This is huge. That's what experts are concerned with. Because as we get closer to the election, it's going to be harder to do anything for the border. It's going to be harder to do anything for Ukraine or any other country. And it's going to put more pressure on lawmakers to pass a bill or pretty much fund the entire fiscal 2024 year. So again, this bill could just be the start. Okay? This may not be the end. This could just be the start. Or it could just be an illusion to make the American people forget that lawmakers have not passed many bills. Let's keep reading this. It says right here, a last-minute substitution amendment to the $79 billion tax bill tweaked it slightly, bringing it total savings to $399 million from $262 million over the 10-year budget window, according to the Joint Committee on Taxation. It says the cost of the proposal, $33 billion for the child tax credit expansion, plus another $33 billion for business breaks. They're offset almost exactly by the $77 billion that they are getting by canceling the employee retention tax credit. This is a pandemic era policy. Okay? It says during the Friday markup of the bill, Democrats expressed frustration that it didn't include a larger allotment for the expanded child tax credit, I'll address that in a moment. It says amendments to further boost the child tax credit by making it fully refundable and sending it out in monthly payments were proposed by Democrats but shot down by the committee. And that did happen. It said the child tax credit, or CTC policy as written in this bill, does not reach families who need it the most. And she goes on to say, this is Susan Delbean, Democrat from Washington. She says, someone making the federal minimum wage and working full-time, approximately $15,000 per year, would not earn enough to receive the full credit. Now, I want to touch on that for a moment, and you can see it right here, okay? This is the proposed reform. It says the framework announced this week is an expansion of the child tax credit, but it is far less generous to the lowest income families than a temporary expansion that was enacted in 2021. Keep in mind that temporary expansion, everybody got it. If you had a child between the ages of 0 and 5, you got $3,600 per year, or $300 per month for 6 months, and then the other $1,800 came when you filed your taxes. If you had a child between the ages of 6 and 17, you got $3,000, so it was $250 per month. So again, still something, but it was a little bit less. But now, not everybody gets that. That is not the amount. It's not $3,000, $3,600. It's also not everybody receives that money, whether you are working and you're making $10, per year, or you're making, $50,000 per year. Everybody received it. Let's keep reading it. So this is what the reform would do. It would increase the amount of the credit that can be provided on a refundable basis from $1,600 to $1,800 in 2023. That will be this tax filing year. It will be $1,900 in 2024 and $2,000 in 2025. Okay? It would not eliminate the earnings test and phase-in. The lowest income families will still receive no support from the child tax credit. Now, this is something that Democrats really wanted to get this in. They really wanted to get this in where everybody would get the child tax credit. Republicans said no, that we cannot give a tax credit to somebody that is not making any income. That was the big debate. So again, there's still some fight here. We don't know if this is going to pass indefinitely, but we will see. Also says it allows a steeper phase-in for families with more than one child. So families could reach the maximum benefit per child at around $16,000 in earnings, regardless of the number of children. It says the amount received for the most low-income families would be slightly less than 2023 and 2024, as some of the features of this deal phase in. Also adjusts the $2,000 per child full credit amount for inflation starting in 2024. That is something that many people have wanted to see, because it's been $2,000. Former President Donald Trump put this into place, but again, before that, I think it was like $1,200. So it is increasing, but is it keeping up with inflation? The answer is no. Okay. And the last one, it says allows family to use their prior year's earnings or their earnings for a tax year to claim the credit. Okay, so you can kind of see down here this little chart. Okay, so based off your income, okay, maximum credit by household earnings, 3 children. This is the current one. You can see it right here, right? The 3 children. See this line going up, where the proposed one right here, it just shoots you all the way up. Okay, it doesn't gradually increase, just right there. Okay, so that's kind of where that's at. Now, the reason why I wanted to bring this up is because we are finally seeing something for the American people. Is it going to help every single person? No. We're always also seeing something for businesses. Is this going to help every single business? No. This isn't going to help everybody. But that's not the point. The point of this is that they are finally doing something. It's little. It's not going to make the greatest impact, but that's not the goal. The goal is they're going to do something, they're going to pass it, and then they're going to, according to experts, throw it in our face saying, hey, look what we did. Look what Democrats did. This is what we got you. Look what Republicans did. This is exactly what you got. Right? That's what we're going to see. That's what experts are concerned with, is that this could just be an illusion, look at everything we've done for you. Because again, this is a tax year. Or not a tax year, this is an election year. So we'll see what happens moving forward, but that is what we know at this time. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.